Welcome to the 2011 Texas MBA Convocation for the McCombs School of Business. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the McCombs School of Business faculty. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the McCombs School of Business Texas MBA class of 2011.
Please be seated. Well, thank you and welcome. As Dean of the McCombs School of Business, it is my honor and pleasure to welcome the parents, relatives, and friends of our 2011 MBA graduating class. Graduation is an exciting time. It represents the end of a long journey and the beginning of new challenges and opportunities. I congratulate all of you on this wonderful achievement and wish you every success in the future. Graduate school is challenging on any level. Our graduates tonight chose to pursue a graduate degree on top of an already full and challenging life. The demands of family and personal responsibilities, community service, and even some full-time jobs are enough for most people. Then you add the demands of graduate business school. You have earned this night and should be proud of what you have accomplished. This is a special moment for all of us. The pursuit of an MBA by the class of 2011 has, in some way, touched all of our lives. And as the students know, this activity has sometimes been quite rigorous. Today is a time to pause and reflect on all that you've accomplished and all that you can become. During your program of study, you've acquired the knowledge and expertise that will help you achieve the next level in your professional lives. It is my belief that seated among us today from the class of 2011 are future CEOs and visionaries, civic and political leaders. Without a doubt, you will continue to make profound impact professionally and in your communities. I am confident of this because you have already shown your capacity for leadership. As students, you have shaped the MBA experience for the entire McCombs community. During your academic pursuits, you formed strong bonds with your classmates, built trust across different personalities, and extended your network for years to come. You have seen your classmates change companies and industries during a time of economic duress. You've also witnessed the power of an MBA education through the development of the new companies established during your academic program. Seated before you are business leaders, and we couldn't be more proud to award you a Master's in Business Administration today. We thank you for your support and commitment to the future of the McCombs School of Business. Looking out in the crowd today, I am reminded of the passion that you all bring to your education. A passion I'm certain will translate to your careers and to your future. As you make your way, value that passion and remember to reinvest it through your continued involvement in the McCombs School. Join the alumni network, accept a committee placement, serve on one of our boards, give your time and your treasure back to the school. As you may know, the University of Texas is engaged in a campaign to raise $3 billion. The campaign was kicked off in 2006, and I am proud to announce that the McCombs School has raised $86 million towards this goal. While major gifts contribute to this total, I'd like to highlight the $2 million that our alumni chose to invest in the school last year through annual gifts, small and large. In addition, the Texas MBA class of 2011 Leave a Legacy campaign, a kickoff to your alumni giving, pledged close to $500,000 for the future benefit for the McCombs School of Business. I would like to thank you for this impressive demonstration of your dedication today and look forward to your future support that will continue to strengthen your school and the value of your degree. So I invite you all to continue your involvement, continue to follow your passion, and continue to be an asset to our school as you begin your futures and make us all at McCombs proud to call you an alum. Members of the audience will notice that some of our students are wearing honor cords with their graduation robes. The white cords identify sword scholars. Sword scholars earned a grade point average of 3.8 or higher in the full-time MBA core curriculum. The orange and beige cords identify the Dean's Award for Academic Excellence. Recipients of the Dean's Award for Academic Excellence earned an overall grade point average of 3.8 or higher during the entire MBA curriculum. The beige and white cords identify Kosmetsky scholars. Recipients of the Kosmetsky Scholar Award earned an overall grade point average of 4.0 during their MBA education. Last, The blue cords identify members of Beta Gamma Sigma Honor Society. This is the National Scholastic Honor Society for students in business administration. MBA students must rank in the top 20% of their class to be eligible for invitation to Beta Gamma Sigma. I ask all the graduates wearing honor cords to stand up and be recognized for your accomplishments. Now it's my privilege to introduce our commencement speaker and Texas MBA alum, Eric Qualman. Called a digital Dale Carnegie, Eric Qualman is the author of Socialnomics, How Social Media Transforms the Way We Live and Do Business. Socialnomics made Amazon's #1 best-selling list for the US, Japan, the UK, Canada, Portugal, Italy, China, Korea, and Germany. Socialnomics was a finalist for the 2010 Book of the Year Award by the American Marketing Association. Fast Company magazine listed Eric as a top 100 digital influencer. Eric produced Social Media Revolution, which is the most watched social media video in the world. Eric is an MBA professor at the Hult International Business School. For the past 16 years, Eric has helped grow the digital capabilities of many companies, including Cadillac, Earthlink, EF Foundation, Yahoo, TravelZoo, and AT&T. He is the founder and owner of Socialnomics.com, which PC Magazine ranked as a top 10 social media blog. He sits on the advisory boards of Munimatics, Shop Visible, and Bazaar Voice Incorporated. Eric holds a BA from Michigan State University in 1994 and an MBA from the University of Texas in 1999. He was academic All-Big Ten in basketball at Michigan State University. He still finds time to follow the Longhorns while living in Boston with his wife and daughter. Here to speak to the degree candidates of the McCombs School of Business is Eric Qualman.
Thank you. To be honest, when I was asked by the dean to come here, I was a bit nervous and scared because the last time they asked me to come here, it cost me $50,000. But I've been flying a lot recently on the book signing tour, and I was sitting next to this gentleman on this plane, and we're talking for about 30 minutes, and he tells me he's a musician midway through the conversation. So little does he know that I'm going to now talk to him 15 minutes about how he could use social media and Twitter and Facebook to become an even better musician, to get his name out there. Then all of a sudden the flight attendant comes up and goes, "Mr. James Taylor, would you like anything more?" Turned about 20 shades of red. If only you used social media, you could get your name out there and sell some music. But hopefully the advice that I give you today is a little more relevant than that. And all kidding aside, this university is special to me in so many ways, as I know it is to all of you. Your love for this university and those seated around you will only grow with time. My hope is the one thing you have learned in your time here is that success and happiness is a choice. Our childhood dreams are often composed of becoming an astronaut, a race car driver, ballerina, movie star, or Broadway singer. My childhood dream was to play college basketball. At 13 years old, I even started my own basketball magazine. My parents were the first official advertisers. As parents, they could easily see I was a more talented writer than I was a basketball player. Then my junior year in high school, my dream was suddenly squashed. I didn't make the basketball team. At 17 years old, I faced the choice of whether or not to quit on my dream. But when it comes to passions in life, there is no choice. You have to follow them. So I continued my pursuit of my dream. I went to Michigan State University and was fortunate to win the job of water boy. And you know it's a big-time program when they have tryouts for water boys. The team had 12 players, 7 of which would later go on to play in the NBA. They only had one extra spot per year, the 13th spot. Who was I to think I could fill that spot? I didn't try out for 3 years. I didn't try out because I was afraid of looking foolish in front of the coaches, the players, and more importantly, my friends and my family. Then this summer of my senior year, a sudden realization set in. This was my last chance. I'd run out of tomorrows. Failure be damned, I was going to try out for the team. Many laughed at my goal, but those closest to me didn't laugh. Instead, they lifted me up on their shoulders to help me try and reach my childhood dream. The tryouts were exhausting and lasted 2 months and had hundreds of players. And then the final day arrived. As a water boy, I had a key to the locker room. Like the years prior, they had the uniforms laid out neatly for pitchers. But then something peculiar caught my eye. There was a uniform in front of the 13th locker. So as I approached the uniform, I didn't reach the uniform. I dropped to my knees because it was the most amazing sight to me. Was on the back of the uniform was my last name. I had made the team. I'm not exactly sure how long I stood there before Coach Izzo put his hand on my shoulder, but that's when I noticed in the mirror, I was crying. I was crying for the first time since I was a little kid. The tears were from the realization that if you could accomplish this, then I could accomplish anything. I went from not making my high school basketball team to earning a scholarship at one of basketball's elite programs, engaging with such greats as Grant Hill, Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Michael Jordan. I learned that failure is your friend because you can be motivated by it, and you can learn from it if you fail forward, fail fast, and fail better. Years later, I reference this day when I received hundreds of rejection letters from book publishers. You see, it wasn't making the basketball team that day that was important. It was learning that you should always go for your dream, no matter how audacious they may seem. The only failure in life is not in trying. If nobody laughs at your goals or your dreams, then you haven't set them high enough. Make it a practice to set laughable goals. Those that don't laugh around you are the ones the shoulders you will need to stand on. Success is not a solitary thing. And remember to thank these people. Selfishly, I'd like to take this moment to thank the countless people, many of which are here at this university, that have boosted me up on their shoulders. None more than my parents and wife who are in the audience today, so thank you. Now I'd like all you graduates to please stand up. And if you could wave, salute, thumbs up, or do something cool that I don't even know that's out there, someone in the audience that has helped you, has lifted you up on their shoulders, I'd appreciate that. Now if you could also hug the person to your right and the person to your left. It feels good, doesn't it? All right, you guys could be seated, please. Thank you. No, it feels good. Now, skateboarding guru Tony Hawk and I were flown into South Africa as guest speakers prior to the opening ceremonies of the World Cup. While I was there, I was fortunate to hear Nelson Mandela say, "When people meet you, they probably aren't going to remember what you said, and they're probably not going to remember what you did, but they certainly will remember how you treated them." Make hugs and thank yous a habit during your life. This afternoon is a day similar to one not too long ago when I sat where you sit today. The question is, how did I get up here? More importantly, how will you get here? And trust me, if you want to get here, then you certainly will get here soon. Or to use Henry Ford's words, whether you think you're going to fail or whether you think you're going to succeed, you're right. Despite hundreds of rejection letters, how were my books eventually able to become international bestsellers and my YouTube videos to be the most watched videos in the world? To be honest, it is complete luck. This is probably disheartening to all of you that have spent the last 2 years on 3 hours of sleep and Red Bull. While you may be disappointed with my answer, it's most likely because our definitions of luck vary. Luck to me is where preparation meets opportunity. When you realize this, you realize you can make your own luck. This brilliant university and your hard work have taken care of the first part, the preparation. Now it's time for us to go after the other half, the opportunities. In our digital world, opportunities are all around us. There are 3 main traits necessary for success in the digital decades ahead. Simple, act, true, or SAT. I know a scary acronym, SAT, from our past. But simple. The boldest way to simplify your life is to stop complaining. This will immediately separate you from the pack. The average person complains 15 to 30 times per day. If you wake up each morning hoping to not face challenges, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. Assume every day there are going to be challenges and embrace them without complaint. Life without challenges would be boring. So many years ago, I was giving presentations on search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Microsoft. And then I saw this thing called MySpace. And I thought I was going to revolutionize the world along with other social media tools out there. So I changed course. And people around me thought I was crazy, that I was going to kill my career talking about something that only teenagers did. And there's some credibility in what they said, because my audiences went from 500 people to 50 people to 15 people. All of a sudden, I was in the small, dark corner room at the conferences. I even lost one of my columns because of taking that tack to talk about social media and not about search. Then one day in New York, a standing room only crowd of thousands wanted to hear about this thing called socialnomics. And the journey since then has been incredible and a blessed one. Life is complicated. Those that simplify it will win. Number 2, act. Take action. Start each day by writing down or typing in your smartphone the 2 things you want to achieve during that day. What you'll find when you first start doing this, you probably won't even get to one of them. Because like a lot of us, what we do is we wake up in the morning, we roll over and we grab our iPad or we grab our smartphone and we start tweeting, texting, or whatever. That's a procrastinator's dream. Multitasking is junk food for the brain. I should know, I'm a recovering multitasker. Get your 2 things done first before keeping up with the Kardashians. Also, don't let fear of failure paralyze you. Simply act. As mentioned before, all great ones fail forward, fail fast, and fail better. The only way to increase our rate of learning is to increase our rate of failure. Get in the habit of shipping things as opposed to responding to things. And lastly, number 3, be true to yourself. It's always a mistake to decide what you want to do before you decide who you want to be. In other words, what you stand for is more important than what you do. So define what you want to be before you decide what you want to do. And now I'm going to pull Eric Dawson's story from Enchantment on what it means to be true. So in Dawson's words, in 1996, my son Seth was born with a terminal disorder. He couldn't walk, talk, sit up. We had to tube feed him. We were unable to teach him cause and effect. Hence, I set Seth in front of a Macintosh computer running a computer program I'd built. The Lion King would play, and then the computer would freeze. Restarting required tapping a paddle. One day I came into the room and saw him tap the paddle. It was the proudest moment of my life as a dad. I went to work for Apple 1 month later. Seth passed away 15 days later, but he had done his job by tapping the paddle. To this day, I help empower people as an Apple employee. Eric Dawson provides us with a touching story that exemplifies not only what it means to be true, but embodies the human spirit. Simple, act, true, or sat. I once sat where you sit today, and I asked myself what many of you are pondering at this moment: now what the hell am I going to do? By keeping life simple, acting on opportunities, staying true to your passions, and surrounding yourself with the right people, you'll be the luckiest person alive. Success and happiness are a choice. What will your grandchildren and great-grandchildren find when they Facebook you, or whatever Facebook is, in the future? You see, we're all leaving permanent records. We're all leaving digital legacies. And a digital legacy is comprised of two things. It's comprised of your digital footprint and also your digital shadow. The digital footprint is whatever you post about yourself. Your digital shadow is what everyone else posts about you. So with that thought in mind, I'd like to read from my upcoming book. As a youth with little a plan, my dad oft asked, "What footprints are you going to leave in the sand?" It meant little then, but with time, this became a motivating line. If up to me, what will be my ultimate legacy? A legacy for me, it would seem, a far-off, lofty dream. After all, who am I? I'm just average, somewhat shy. Then I realized something, you see. It is up to me, my ultimate legacy. Social media, search, mobile, and more leave digital footprints on the floor. Digital shadows, if you will, following all that I fulfill. My grandchildren and great-grandchildren, what will they see and think of me? What is my digital legacy? Will they see that I pursued my dream, or that I settled for something in between? That I lived a life doing things I loved, or one filled with should've, could've? Digital footprints remain for all time, so I can't commit the ultimate crime. What is that crime, you say? It is, of course, not seizing the day. Yes, before I die, I'd rather fail than not even try. I will reach for the sky, laugh, and cry. I'll cry from joy, not sorrow, because I live for today and plan for tomorrow. My legacy, you see, is truly up to me. That's my view, but now I ask, what will you do? I look forward to watching all of you become the luckiest people alive. Hook 'em horns.
Thanks, Eric, for those inspiring remarks. Really appreciate it. And now we recognize the winners of the Student Leadership and Service Awards. This is a peer-recognized award for students from each of the 6 MBA programs in the class of 2011. The recipients of this award had made extraordinary contributions to their classmates' experience and the image of the Texas MBA programs, the University of Texas at Austin, and the McCombs School of Business. I'd like to introduce Dr. Yanero Gutierrez, Program Director of the Texas Executive MBA Program at Mexico City, to recognize the Texas Executive MBA Mexico City Student Leadership and Service Award recipient.
It is my pleasure to present this year's Executive MBA at Mexico City Student Leadership and Service Award to Maximiliano Auer on behalf of his classmates for his extraordinary contributions to their experience and the image of the McCombs School of Business. I will read a few comments shared with me by his classmates. Max is a very intelligent person and a passionate student of every subject. I admire his ability to consistently contribute to class with in-depth analysis of countless business situations. His questions consistently enrich the classroom discussion and enhance everyone's MBA experience. He's also a great person and a true professional. I hope to cross paths with him in the future. Maximiliano couldn't be here to receive his award. He has a different professional commitment. John?
Many Texas EMBA students serve in leadership roles in their organizations and in their communities, a fact that makes this next award even more meaningful. EMBA students nominated and selected the recipient of the Student Leadership Service Award, and as you can imagine, there were many nominations. But this year's winner stood out significantly from the rest. It's my pleasure to announce this year's Texas Executive MBA Student Leadership Award winner, Ms. Shannon Strang. While she's working her way up here, I'll read a few things that her fellow students wrote about her. Shannon is a true example of leadership and service for the class of 2011. She spearheaded with gusto the continuation of the CCC and drove the creation of the Horns Advocates, both of which brought new experiences to our education. She recently volunteered to be a member of the EMBA Legacy Scholarship Committee, which will leave a long-lasting legacy to future students at the McCombs School of Business. Shannon never backs down from an opportunity to lead or serve and brings a quiet energy and dedication to anything she undertakes, no matter her role. So here's my favorite part. I wish I could say Shannon's strength, period. Shannon has been an amazing leader and organizer. She is competent and confident in moving people to action. She is a woman willing to speak for us as a class, and I admire her professionalism.
It is my pleasure to recognize the Student Leadership and Service Award recipients from the Texas MBA at Dallas-Fort Worth and Texas MBA at Houston programs. For the Texas MBA at Dallas-Fort Worth program, it is my pleasure to announce that Pete Robertson has been selected for this prestigious recognition. While Pete makes his way up, a couple of comments that his classmates wrote about him. Pete was always happy to help fellow students and was always involved in all activities, kept a positive attitude, and helped each of us going when we were dragging. Pete has always had excellent contributions to class discussions and worked hard to coordinate class activities. His academic performance was inspirational. Very talented, but more importantly, an unselfish classmate who genuinely cared about others, certainly contributed to class, groups, and the UT brand very well. Congratulations, Pete. For the Texas MBA at Houston program, it is my pleasure to announce that Karen Steinbach has been chosen for this prestigious recognition. A couple of comments about Karen from her classmates. Karen displays personal energy, energizes others. Her pride in the program is evidenced by her involvement in recruiting, where she has successfully increased engagement across all the programs. She has done a lot to bring in potential students for class visits and has fought to make the program better. Karen has made a concerted effort to organize the events for the class, to build our network so that it doesn't end with graduation. Congratulations, Karen.
Good evening. I'm here to present the Texas Evening MBA Student Leadership Award. This award is particularly significant as it recognizes the person who has made the strongest contributions to the evening program as judged by fellow classmates. It is my pleasure to announce this year's Texas Evening MBA Student Leadership Award winner, Lorelei Sapapo. Lorelei is very deserving of this top honor. Here are just a few of the comments from the nominations. As Evening GBC President, Lorelei provided outstanding leadership during our 3 years. Creative, proactive, and dedicated to ensuring a memorable and meaningful experience for all of us. A respected and energetic leader who worked tirelessly for our program. Congratulations, Lorelei.
It is my pleasure and honor to recognize the Student Leadership and Service Award recipients for the full-time MBA program. I invite the award recipients to come to the stage when their name is called. Mine are written in a little bit more of a suspense fashion, so I'm not going to rewrite them here at the podium. Our first award winner is a dedicated student who just might have fulfilled her all the goals that she wrote in her admission essay. She began her service to McCombs shortly after she was admitted, helping plan the Prospective Women's Weekend, and has continued her involvement through graduation in activities that promote the school, such as the Legacy Campaign. As president of our Net Impact chapter, this student dramatically increased this chapter's reach and size. She launched our Board Fellows program and helped establish the McCombs Social Enterprise Fund, which helps financially support students interning at nonprofits and social enterprises. Under her leadership, the Net Impact Group received recognition from the national organization with silver status in 2010 and gold status in 2011. And she was one of 4 MBAs nationwide to receive a leadership award from the national organization. For her work to promote and alter the landscape of social enterprise at McCombs, Lauren Blitzer. Our next recipient, someone who is looked up to by her fellow Texas MBAs, she has made a distinct difference by taking action where she saw the need. As president of the Graduate Marketing Network, she led one of the largest clubs on campus, working to expand the focus of the organization. In her first year, she helped attract the very best talent to McCombs as a preview co-chair, heading up our Admitted Students Weekend. In her second year, she served on as the McCombs Admission Committee co-chair, where she spearheaded a variety of key initiatives to attract the very best talent to the McCombs School of Business. For her hard work and dedication to leaving McCombs a better place than she found it, this award goes to Jaren Creasy. Our next recipient, in the words of her classmates, she's been a strong voice for the class, always open to new ideas and feedback. She's a beautiful person inside and out, a valuable addition to our class, an intellectual leader in the classroom, and likely to be a distinguished McCombs alumnus. She was always willing to volunteer to organize events for our cohort and would never miss an opportunity to support her fellow classmates. As a Mac blogger, she answered hundreds of emails for prospective students. In her role as GBC president, she was an effective leader who went above and beyond the requirements for her elected office to try to optimize the McCombs experience for all members of the class of 2011. Her unique flair for the fabulous was also evident in a variety of events she participated in, such as Preview Weekend, MBA Prom, women's recruiting events, Women in Business Leadership Conference, and the Net Impact Sustainability Summit. For her never-ending energy, spirit, and leadership, and I'm sure she has a fabulous digital shadow, Kaylin McKenna. And our final recipient has been a leader in every aspect of the McCombs experience. She is truly an inspiring person and a leader who builds relationships with her fellow classmates. From cohort rep to GBC to the Legacy campaign, she's always willing to help and motivate a group toward a common goal. She served on the team that helped create the Social Enterprise Fund. Serving on the GBC as the academic affairs representative, she has spent the last 2 years working with the administration to strengthen the academic offerings at McCombs. She also worked to promote the MBA oath, ensuring that it was presented to the class of 2010 and 2011. For her grace, dedication, and being a great example of everything McCombs stands for, our final recipient of the Student Service and Leadership Award is Hannah Patterson.
It's my honor and pleasure to announce the Class of 2011 Dean's Service and Leadership Awards. These special awards recognize the significant contribution by special Texas MBA graduates to the McCombs community. These students have worked tirelessly outside the classroom to better the community for their classmates and for future Texas MBAs. It's my pleasure to present the Dean's Leadership and Service Award for the Executive MBA program at Mexico City to Mauricio Lalio Regadas. Mauricio is a selfless leader who consistently showed commitment to the MBA program, the McCombs School, and EGADE Tecnológico de Monterrey. He volunteered his time and talent to just about every aspect of the program and consistently offered constructive suggestions for improving the experience of future Texas MBAs. Mauricio embodies the spirit of cooperative competition that defines our school. He is intense in his dedication to learning, and he always has a positive attitude, a friendly demeanor, and was always willing to help. It is my pleasure to present the Dean's Leadership and Service Award for the Executive MBA to Blanca Lesmes. Blanca has exhibited a level of professionalism and leadership that truly adds to the learning experience for the entire class. In the spring of 2010, Blanca realized the need for EMBA students to help each other pursue their career goals. As a small business owner and entrepreneur, she was extremely adamant that we should utilize our internal networks to help each other identify future career opportunities. Horn Advocates has enriched our program and is a great contribution from the EMBA class that hopefully will continue for years to come. The Dean's Award recipient for the Texas MBA at Houston program is Philip Arias. Philip has been an active member of the Texas MBA at Houston community, both regularly recommending and advancing program improvement initiatives and championing causes through the class that enhance current and future student experiences. He's been a passionate and regular supporter of the Texas MBA brand in recruiting and other program events and has done much to leave it a better program. His representation at recruiting events and in connecting with prospective students has had a large impact on building the program's reputation in the Houston area. It's my pleasure to announce that the Dean's Award recipient for the Texas MBA at Dallas-Fort Worth program is Dan Carlisle. I'm not seeing Dan. Dan's an active member of the Graduate Business Council and is recognized by his classmates as a leader in advancing ideas and initiatives. He enthusiastically promotes the Texas MBA to colleagues, works actively with prospective students to share his experiences as a student and as a leader. He's been a vocal proponent for implementing positive changes for the program to further enhance the value of the Texas MBA. And we'll make sure that Dan gets that. The recipient for the Dean's Award for the Texas Evening MBA program is Blake Williford. Blake chaired the inaugural McCombs Admissions Committee for the evening program and served on the Graduate Business Council for 3 years. He was always willing to lend a hand when needed and was frequently called on to represent the program at information sessions and discuss the program with prospective students. A great representative of the spirit of McCombs, Blake Williford. The Dean's Award recipient for the full-time Texas MBA program goes to a member of the full-time program whose involvement has been simultaneously broad and deep. This award is for a specific accomplishment as McCombs, a specific accomplishment. As president of the McCombs MBA Net Impact Club, this student began the McCombs Board Fellows program. You've seen her up here before. The program was conceived to offer hands-on learning opportunities that would support the professional interests of their members. Students are selected and matched with local nonprofit organizations based on their skills and interests, and students serve on the board of their assigned nonprofit as a non-voting member for 1 year. They're required to create a mini consulting project for the organization based on its needs. For implementing this great idea that gives back to the school as well as the local community, furthering the reputation of the school and providing opportunities for our students, this award goes to Lauren Blitzer. It bears mentioning that Laura has received 2 additional awards for her accomplishments. She received the 2010 Student Leadership Award from the Net Impact National Organization, and she was the 2011 recipient of the PAL Make a Difference Award from the Texas Union. The next award actually goes to 2 people for 1 great accomplishment. These students spearheaded a groundbreaking conference that brought together top energy professionals and academic experts to tackle some of the energy industry's most pressing issues, from oil exploration, renewable energy, and innovative research that will change the future of our energy landscape. The event was pioneering in that it bridged disciplines across campus, including the Cockrell School of Engineering, the Jackson School of Geosciences, and the LBJ School of Public Affairs. The day-and-a-half conference was a big success, despite unforeseen weather challenges. Undaunted by a Texas snowstorm that brought the city to its knees. Now, in Canada, where I'm from, we would call it a dusting. The 2 conference leaders, notably with undergraduate degrees from snowier institutions, Dartmouth and Penn, pushed on with the show-must-go-on attitude. Despite cautious UT officials, myself included, Requiring an official cancellation of the event, the conference nonetheless attracted over 300 attendees to a modified schedule. For their efforts to enhance the reputation of UT and McCombs as a leader in energy exploration, conversation, and innovation, this award goes to Rob Hallenbrecht and Josh Stillman. Ladies and gentlemen, damas y caballeros, hijos, hijas, hermanos, hermanas, abuelos, abuelas, faculty, distinguished guests, it is my pleasure to share a few thoughts with you and the Texas MBA class of 2011. Thank you for joining us from all over Texas, from across the United States, from Argentina, Belgium, Brazil, Canada, Chile, China, the Czech Republic, Ecuador, Egypt, England, France, Germany, Hong Kong, India, Indonesia, Italy, Jamaica, Japan, Kazakhstan, Korea, Kuwait, Malaysia, Mexico, Myanmar, the Netherlands, New Zealand, Nigeria, Norway, Pakistan, Panama, Peru, Puerto Rico, Singapore, Taiwan, the United Arab Emirates, Venezuela, Vietnam, and beyond to celebrate with us. I hope that you're all as proud of this group of professionals as I am. Your graduates have no doubt shared with you some of their experiences at McCombs. Like you, they came from all over the country and the world to partake in the Texas MBA experience. Some immersed themselves on a full-time basis. Others juggled full-time jobs, business travel, and family. All immersed themselves in classes led by demanding faculty, led student organizations and events, counseled companies, coached each other, and played together for 2, and in the case of our evening MBAs, 3 years. When you see the smile on your graduates' face as they cross the stage, know that each and every one of our newest Texas MBAs has truly earned their degree through hard work and sacrifice. But don't for a moment think they didn't have a fun time along the way. Graduates, I'm going to keep this part brief. Many of you have heard plenty from me already in the past couple of years. I've traveled with some of you to Costa Rica. With others, I've taken a journey to the glorious world of financial accounting and financial statement analysis. I've worked with you on committees, both formal and informal, and I am proud and delighted to welcome you as the newest alumni in the Texas MBA Alumni Network. You've heard me say that my job is to work for the alumni, that my job is to enhance and protect the Texas MBA brand, the brand that almost 20,000 alumni have worked so hard to earn. Well, now I work for you. Though we've taken journeys together, academic and otherwise already, class of 2011, the next journey you take will be an even more important one. It's the one you will take to truly become influential business leaders. We saw leadership potential in you when you were admitted to the Texas MBA program. We continued to see it in you as you went through your coursework, as you took on leadership roles at school, at work, and in the community. And as we celebrate your accomplishments today, we do so with the expectation that you'll take what you've done to date and add to it, that you will represent the Texas MBA community with pride, and that you will earn a return far greater than your cost of capital. That's right. Okay? As your journey continues, don't forget that part. That's a key thing, okay? As your journey continues, look for ways to add to your knowledge and your understanding. Visit new places, take on new challenges, and grow intellectually. Question conventional wisdom. As Texas MBAs, you're known for your collaborative spirit. Keep that up as you work in your professional organizations and in your civic involvement. It's going to take you far. Today, more than ever, it's important to have a worldview of business and society. You've now got friends in Boston and Austin, in Mumbai and Shanghai, in Tokyo and Toronto, in Sao Paulo and St. Paul, not to mention Houston, Dallas, Fort Worth, and Mexico City. Be sure to travel both for pleasure and for work. And when the time comes, be sure to bring your children. Aside from your love, giving them a worldview may be the greatest gift you can give them. I can tell you from firsthand experience that an international posting, children in tow, is one of the most satisfying experiences you will have. Go for it. Finally, in all you do, do it with responsibility and with integrity. Your reputation is your most valuable asset. Protect it and enhance it. My pledge to you is that together with the faculty and the entire MBA program staff, I will work hard to ensure that the value of your degree increases as we strive to enhance the Texas MBA program in the years to come. You can count on us. And based on your demonstrated leadership to date, I know that I can count on you for help. And now the time has come to individually recognize the members of the McCombs School of Business MBA graduating class of 2011. Degree candidates will be recognized within their individual MBA programs. Please note that the students are not seated in alphabetical order so that they could enjoy this celebration with their friends. We will applaud the graduating class after all the names are read. We begin by recognizing the degree candidates from the Texas Executive MBA at Mexico City. Would the EMBAs from Mexico City please rise? Sonia Jone Gonzalez, Senior Program Coordinator for the Texas MBA Plus Leadership Program, and Orlando Kelm, the Associate Director for Business Language Education at the Center for International Business Education and Research, will be announcing the names of all degree candidates from the respective programs as they come to the stage.
Fermín Beltrán Sardain. César Armando Cortés Guerrero. Tania Rodríguez Rodríguez. Gerardo Lascano Bracamontes. Jesús Navarro Dorantes. Arturo Recio Paniagua. Mauricio Solís Aguirre. Ricardo Mendoza Ramos. José Luis Muñoz Frer McGregor. Guillermo Perea López. José David Roa Santana. Leticia Satutsky Campos Gusiken. Lorena Fernanda Muñoz Cerda. Rafael Gómez Ledesma. Juan Benjamín Zúñiga Carrillo. Mauricio Tello Menher. Francisco Javier Gutiérrez Vallejo. Miguel Ángel Cano Salgado. Rodán Cari. Gabriel Sánchez Aguirre. Juan Carlos Cortés Trejo. Luis Eduardo González Romero. Mauricio Javier Laileo Reigadas. Josué García Arana. Alejandro Treviño Berlanga. Luis Eduardo Lomelí Reyes. José Ignacio Iturbide Aces. Alejandro García de la Vega. Manuel Antonio Martínez Torreblanca. Yamur Severiano Muñoz Gómez.
The Texas Executive MBAs, Andrew Sparkman. Nathan Baumeister. Good-looking man he is, Kurt Williams. Jeremy Steibel. Daniel Liu. Mohammed Amin. Eric Graysdorf. Mahesh Damodar. Patrick Miller. Casey A. Harrington. Joshua Tomfor. Andrea A. Montecchi. Nishant Kudadia. Mark Jungerman. Christine Bryant. Eric Allen. Eric Hiring. Jeff Livingston. Jim Moore. Chris Kramer. Daniel G. Carl. Felipe Benitez. Bart James Martinek. Sudhir Vemulapalli. Michael Stewart. Anson Anwar. Chris Drungel. Grace Insuk G. Blanca Lesmes. Shannon Strank. Karen D. Ballantyne. Donald Kramer. F. Lloyd Taylor. Kristen Georgia. Alex Knapp. Dan Steinberg. Mahir Kumar. Harrison Sukhoko. Colin Kelly.
From the Dallas program, Shreyans Jain. Ruturaj Kalumkar. Nicholas Smith. Barton Facino. Rachel Lynn Williams. Mukta Man. Kumar Natarajan. May Ma. Peter Russell Robertson. Robert Rudolph Freund. Justin Reed Massman. Matthew Sword. Dan D. Trang. Vakar Ghani. Ameka Okonkwo. Rakesh Hariharan. David Benjamin Smith. Hemant Panshikar. Matthew Michael Ryman. Christopher Michael Reese. Justin Paul Fulkerson. Steve Lee. Reed Simon Essel. Joshua Bays. Quinn Laws. Wesley Robert Shackelford. Shivakumar Shastri. Adnan Pirali Rematula. Sean Hauer. Vibha Sareen. Philip Blackstone. Derek G. Loudon. Matthew Neil Riddle. Wesley Wardlaw Dunn. Jeremy Peters. Kunal Gandhi. Jack L. Williamson. Vijay Raman Gomatan. Sridhar Kandukuri. Shantae Nicole Fernance. Faye Nasim Skolnick. Nicole Roberts. Megan Renee Yonker.
And from the Houston program, Philip John Arias. Suraj Mansukhani. Vineet Agarwal. John Gammon Allen. David Allen Bernard Vaucher. Joshua Hayes Browning. Randall Allen Robinson. Michelle Lee Burnham. Christy Fitzgerald. Oluwakemi Harris. Ankit Bansal. Quinton L. Ware. Supreet Singh. Matthew Allen Hilliker. Javier Lozano. Jeffrey Simpson. Bimal Venkatesh. Karen Ann Steinbeck. Deutsch. Sarah Ramsey Deutsch. Tony Delmo. Jennifer Lee Brown. Cassie Marie Cole. Lee Colkin. Agustin Blanco. Philip Kearney. Michael Patrick Hurley. Karen Reese Trotter. William Ray. Roderick Stratton. Diane Hui-Wan Eldridge. Colin Patrick Ward. Dominic Jerry Mancuso. Christopher Matthew Woodell. Ross Jefferson Holden. Razi Asaduddin. Jason Lee. John Huang. Judy Chun Vong. John Evans. Derek Graziade Ferla. Patricio González Sainz. Atif Aziz. Sergio Luis Maivorm Jr. Ahmed Saleh. Nikhilesh Balipur. Chad Mavity. David Duong. Steve Liu. Kwang Ho. Akshay Kalia. Tony Cece. Hugh Tran. Kashif Raiza. Kashif Reyes. Kashif Reyes. Hui An Tran. Veronica Custer. Prashant Mandare. Sasidhar Konidena.
And now from the Texas Evening MBA program. Joshua David Blinder. Ben Henning. Vito Chiminello III. Justin Ray Jones. Jet Scott Winders. Justin Lee Rogers Barker. Siddharth Subhash Sale. Rohan Ramesh Koitian. Lei Yi. Brooke Wang. Chris Wu. Grant Nicholas Demers. Jay Stubbs. Eugene Dan Zollinger. Jeremy Demers. Sajad Kasamali. Jonathan Hogue. Andrea Lee Cole. Ellie Segura. Jamie K. Treadaway. Sandhya Sharma. Jennifer Sarah Wagner. Lorelei Supapo. Nancy Lee. Nien A. Tetsane. Matthew Streef. Surab Chandrakantbhai Patel. Jason T. Creasel. Trisha Booker. Tala Nimri. Blake Byron Wilford. Russell Briscoe. Anton Goldman. Leslie Ledwell. Alonzo Fleming C. Brett John Watts. Anand Shankaran. Ecom Joseph Liu. Atif Said. Brett Stephen Hunt. Tadej Sharif. Matthew Allen Kessel. Chris Carlson. Danny Lenz. Philip Anthony Terry. Trevor Bodds. Robert Sterling Moser II. Prasad Ramachandran. Ramesh Karuba. Ben Cruz. Michael Chase Cardwell. William Reed Wilson. Carlton Pate IV. Fernando Camarillo. Abraham Islas Olmeyer. Mark Isaac Harden. Sam Cryer. Bradley J. Maples.
Ladies and gentlemen, these are the full-time MBAs. John Pugliese. Keith Glickert. Svetlana Paltseva. Raj Miklani. Leah Clayton. Jinhee Tak. Alexander Kronauer. Jim Bressler. Sung Un Yo. An Ho Lee. Ian Ross Rainbold. Jeff Thomas. Ross Sanderson. Pallavi Krishnareddy. Wesley Salem. Charles Plumhoff. Nick Klaus. The very distinguished looking Anderson Price. With a little extra baggage, Dong Jin Kim. Meshari Al-Bakr. Juan Felipe Cabrera. Rolando Cueva. Alberto Farías. Franz Goldberg. Saying he did it, Fernando Sanchez. Adrián Saide. Jerónimo Trevino de Hoyos. Luis Izquierdo. Guillermo Rodríguez. Juan Arteaga. Eva Palekova. Michael McKeown. Jan da Silva. Jan Axel Molenkot. Ryan Pickard. Kaylin Mullen Pickard. Scott Hankey. Eric Vashon. Preston Moister. John Henning. Jeremy Battier. Christopher McClure. Philip Watson. Adam Staley. Ladies and gentlemen, Patrick O'Barry. Brandon Ashton Stein. Patrick Ong. Killian Lepere. John Austin Collins. Joshua Stillman. Peter Sternberg. Zhang Liang Brad. Norman Chong. Bradley Aaron Robertson. Shane Glasgow. Samir Ahmed. Jason Shatkevich. Esteban Velázquez. Joel Gomez. Arturo Vargas. Christine Schwarty. Shelley Dunnigan. Aaron Aldrich. Michelle Jacobson. Ravneet Randhawa. A shout out and hello for Aditi Mathur. Nicole Totino. Teresa Maria Hull. Pratibha Bansal. Anupama Srinivasa. Michael Francis Russo. Mark Palo. Dominique Stein. Mark Rappaport Blitzer. Lauren Hradeski Blitzer. Katie Phillips. Hannah Patterson. Jonathan Felix. Amit Rao. Peter Thompson. Jonathan Rogers. Megan Cummings Kralik. Marina Isopov. Reagan Coffey. Paul Simpson. Jordan Grill. Gopal Subramaniam. Vinith Shetty. Jagpreet Singh. Rajat Singhal. Akshat Jazra. Asit Mohanty. Xavier Talvanda. Mitchell Saima. Alexander Jonas. Brett Newswanger. Janet Fusayo Calhoun. Erica Hollington. Oliver Christopher Meek. Michelle Lofgren. John Hale. Sunil Rajesh Shah. Rex Morrow. Sean Robinson. Scott Carter. Nathaniel Renteria. Courtney Eder. Aditi Sood. Jaron Creasy. Kaylin Elise McKenna. Shannon Marie Provost. Lindsay Ann LeClaire. Robin Webb Burke. Shabnam Dakan. Alisa Case. Jeremy Bartholomew. Whit Wallman. Polar, right? Polar. Homer Polar. Robert Hollenbeck. Patrick Gear. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dorothy Eubanks. Peter Doyle. Heidi Burns. Denise Avance. Lindsay Conant. Leslie Elizabeth Farish. Shelley O'Grady Bratton. Nicholas Dowd. Alana Gino. Pete Conrad. Stephanie Gudis. Gemma Thompson. Anita Iyer. Juan Carlos Ballarino. Daniela Israel. Aplausos para Ian Weissman. Jane George. Lindsay Cothran. Clayton Cooper Rigdon. Pete Stegmeyer. John Plachet. Ajay Jandiala. Bhavin Parekh. Niraj Mehta. Devangardi. Eric Maychek. Michael Yellen. Matthew Cohen. Eric Reinhardt. Luke Jones. Wei Yuen. Gung Chen. Yuen Lee. Travis Lyons Vetter. Thiago Garshagan G. Carvalho. Nam Hyun Kim. Andrew Ibarbo. Kevin Straube. Daniel Kratzer. Danny Mortelmans. Joseph Mignona. Kevin Lowcraft. Dan Schreiber. Jacob Wayne Stubing. Tyler Seaman. Charith Fernando. Andy Woodward. Max Emmanuel Schneidler Brodsky. Moyao Aluko. Peter Song. Sherelle Denise Maddox. Kylia Cunningham. Christian Catron. Frederick Hilliard. Mesa Ajavan. Nicole Olesh. Ladies and gentlemen, Jessica Wallachie. Jessica Evans. Tracy Thigpen. Kelly Kerfus. Brian Shin. Amit Gupta. Andrew Webb. Nancy Palma. Jordan Hopful. Alexandra Floriani. Joshua Thacker. Sunil Venkataram. Stephen Aguiar. Stephen Sweeney. Mark Overton. Christian Hooray. Koji Honda. Shannon Hoff. Drake Matovich. Matt Dreith. Kevin Burke. Brian Loring. Ryan Needslick. Daniel Zablotny. Joshua Braden. Samantha Cabral. Leo June. Victoria Luis Lopez. Vivek Ponada. Jose Carreño. Foster Schmid. Joel Smith Goering. Wodahan Panyo Ouyang Chuan. Chung Mao Wei Patricia. Toshihiko Minami. Chung Wei Wang. Tracia Nurhayati. Deepti Chauhan. Si Jungjung. Kunho Ryan Kim. Lam Din. Dongyu Kim. Christopher Iconis. Christopher John Uglietta. Anthony Pompa. E. Dirk Halen. David Benjamin Brooks. William Bridges. William Peoples. Charles Stephen Plochet Jr. Charles Isaac Fuller. Brian Cletus Floyd. Darren Marco. Samuel Cutler. Aaron Wilson. Graham McIver. John Friesen. Thomas Patrick Devaney. Giorgio Baracchi. It says here the one and only Pedro Huerta. Jose Zuluaga. Luis Tejerina. Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to present to you the name of Jeffrey Olen.
There's a man who loves the stage. Speaking of the stage, we've got one more person before the dean addresses us. It's my pleasure to introduce the most recent Texas MBA graduate, Mr. Mark Hardin, Texas MBA 2011, to provide some remarks to his classmates on this momentous occasion.
So, was it worth it? You know, I often get asked this question now that I'm graduating with an MBA from McCombs. And come to think about it, I think a lot of us asked this question before we even applied. Do I really want to take that 4-hour GMAT again? Am I ready for homework back in my life? What about student loans or sitting through 3-hour lectures? Ultimately, all of us decided that obviously it was at least worth a shot, because that's why we're here today. But I think probably a lot of us didn't account for many of the sacrifices that we'd have to make in order to get here today. Many of us left successful jobs and careers in order to pursue higher education. Some of us had to travel twice a month just to get to our respective program city to attend lectures for an entire weekend. Many of us lived off of student loans for 2 years. Some of us moved ourselves and our loved ones to Austin to attend UT. And all of us gave up weekends, whether by attending lectures, preparing for finals, or working through some long, arduous group session on some project. All of these sacrifices surely put our personal lives on hold to a large degree. I know I can personally say that I've yet to go on a honeymoon with my wife because I had a statistics midterm 48 hours after being married. But entering into our various programs obviously has many advantages as well. Some of us, particularly on the right-hand side of the room, got to relive college a little bit just for a couple years. Others, and many of us, got to travel to exotic parts of the world that we probably would not have gone to had we not decided to come to McCombs. I know myself and probably some of my Temba classmates got a legitimate excuse to leave work early, even if it was just 2 days a week. And let's not forget the great prices on Longhorn season football tickets. But what's the definition of worth anyways? Well, old Professor Webster would tell us that it's something that's good or important enough to justify. It's the quality that renders something desirable, useful, or valuable. But as an MBA, how should we address this question of worth now? I know that as an MBA, I now think differently. In my undergraduate courses in mechanical engineering, I never took a single class with a dollar sign in it. And now today, I make my poor wife tell me whether it's cheaper to actually buy individually packaged bags of snack-sized chips or to buy a large bag and then pack them individually into Ziploc bags. It is cheaper to buy the snack bags, by the way. But all of this different thinking is largely due to everything we've learned here from many of the professors who are standing behind me. So how would they maybe answer the question? Our statistics professor, Sager, would say, well, hey, look, you're now more educated than 93% of the workforce. Surely that's worth something. Our economics professor, Brandel, would ask if the personal utility received exceeded the costs. Sandy Leeds, many of our finance professor, he would make us probably do some technical future forecast of increased salaries and may take the present value and compare that to our student loans. As we heard earlier from Dean Hurst, he would ask, was our return greater than our cost of capital? And our negotiations professor, Durking, would probably tell us that we might have been able to get free books had we played our cards right. The key takeaway here is that each person's going to determine worth differently, and no answer is more right or wrong than the other. So I can't stand up here and decide for you whether it was worth it or not, but I can confidently speak for myself. Since deciding to go to UT, I quit my job in Los Angeles as an engineer making Barbies at Mattel. That's not funny. I moved all the way, halfway across the country from Los Angeles. I got married. I was unemployed during one of the worst recessions in the nation's history. I got an intern job at a measly $10 an hour. I had my first child. I became a full-time employee, and I've had 6 different offices at my startup that I currently work at. I've now been promoted to a manager. I've recently moved within the Austin area, and I'm expecting my second child in June. Thank you. Throughout all of this, the one constant for me has been attending classes on Monday and Tuesday nights. This experience has allowed me to meet many great new people, make many terrific friends, and have a lot of wonderful experiences, such as having a beer on top of the Great Wall of China with Trent Thurman. I learned the rule of holes from Professor Kevin Williams during one of our presentations. If you're in a hole, stop digging. And I learned not to even attempt to answer questions and chew mints simultaneously in Professor Doggett's class. And for that matter, probably don't attempt to answer any questions in Professor Doggett's class. Thus, in my opinion, it's this very highly sought after degree from a prestigious university combined with new friends, amazing experiences and memories that absolutely, without a doubt, make getting an MBA at McCombs worth it. Thank you very much, and congratulations to everybody.
Well, could everybody in the audience please join me once again in a round of applause for the MBA class of 2011. Well, graduates, you are now part of one of the largest and most powerful alumni networks in the world. I want to keep you connected to your alma mater. As a gift for your graduation, I'm giving each of you a one-year membership at the UT Alumni Association, the Texas X's. Leaving the 40 acres doesn't mean you have to leave UT behind. I hope you will enjoy your membership over the next year and get involved with one of over 100 Texas X's chapters throughout the world. All Texas MBA graduates are invited to participate in the University of Texas Spring Commencement, which will be held tomorrow, Saturday, May 21st at 8 p.m. in the heart of UT's historic campus at the Tower. Seating for the degree candidates is only guaranteed to those presenting a procession ticket at the start of the grand procession. Public seating at the Tower will not open until 6 p.m., and admission is on a first-come, first-served basis. This concludes the MBA recognition ceremony for the class of 2011. Faculty and graduates will recess to the plaza at the conclusion of the singing of the Eyes of Texas. Please join the graduates, faculty, and administration at the various program receptions to offer your congratulations. We would like to ask that family and friends follow by exiting through the west doors, out the vestibule, down the stairs, into the plaza. You may meet the graduates on the plaza in front of the gym. It is now the tradition that we join our graduates in singing the Eyes of Texas. After the song, please remain standing during the faculty procession. Please rise.